Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into a really fascinating journey. We are going to impartially map out a highly complex, almost mechanical spiritual cosmology based on the source text, A Walk in the Spirit World. Whether you're a spiritual seeker yourself or you're just fascinated by how different belief systems categorize the universe, our goal today is to unpack the mechanics laid out in Chapter 3 of this text so we can understand exactly how this universe is supposed to operate.
Now, according to this specific text by Ryuho Okawa, the spiritual realm isn't just some hazy, abstract cloud where everyone floats around playing harps. Not at all. Instead, it operates under highly structured, strictly bureaucratic rules. It's basically a cosmic rulebook governing absolutely everything, from the deepest, quietest layers of our inner consciousness all the way up to the vast, sweeping evolution of the cosmos itself. We're talking distinct hierarchies, specific laws of attraction, and very detailed administrative processes. To make sense of this massive framework, we'll structure our explainer today as a journey. We're going to move progressively outward. First, soul versus spirit, then the system of reincarnation, next, the mechanics of possession, after that, the spirituality of organ donation, and we'll wrap up with cosmic evolution and beyond.
All right, Section 1, Soul versus Spirit, defining the inner self. Before we can really understand the universe, we have to establish what exactly is experiencing it, right?
So within this specific cosmology, the soul and the spirit are absolutely not just interchangeable words. They mean very different things. The soul is essentially the entity that holds on to its human characteristics. It retains heavy traces of its earthly life, its memories, its habits, and even its human-like appearance. The spirit, on the other hand, that is considered a much higher dimensional state. It's pure, formless, intelligent energy without any fixed physical shape whatsoever.
Let's see how this builds into a dimensional hierarchy. Think of it kind of like leveling up. As consciousness escalates through higher dimensions, the text posits that entities actually shed their human forms entirely. In the fourth and fifth dimensions, spirits still largely look like the humans they used to be. But as they ascend to the sixth dimension and beyond, they awaken to their potential as formless energy. And at the absolute highest dimensions, they learn to act as scattered, highly evolved energy networks. They can literally divide their consciousness into multiple forms simultaneously. It's a complete evolution away from the human shape.
Okay, moving to Section 2, the system of reincarnation. Now that we've defined what a spirit is, we have to ask how this spirit actually returns to the physical realm.
You've probably wondered this before, right? Is rebirth a conscious choice? Do we pick our lives? Well, the source material provides a surprisingly bureaucratic answer to this, and it is entirely based on your dimensional rank within the afterlife. It is definitely not a one-size-fits-all process. The crucial point here is that a spirit's life plan varies drastically depending on their spiritual rank. Spirits originating from the fourth dimension are often in this sort of sleep-like state. They're reborn almost unconsciously, basically just magnetically drawn to parents with a similar spiritual wavelength. Now, in the fifth dimension, spirits partially awaken and consciously choose their parents. But by the sixth dimension, fully awakened spirits meticulously plan their earthly missions and professions. They act on their own will, although the text does note that even these detailed plans are still subject to final adjustments by afterlife authorities. Cosmic middle management, basically.
Section 3, the mechanics of possession. Let's look at earthly overlaps. What happens when the spirit world directly intrudes upon the physical world? The text provides a very specific mechanical explanation for this.
This concept is absolutely central to the author's cosmology, the law of same wavelengths. It's the idea that your mental state literally acts as a magnet. If you harbor deep, violent, or aggressive thoughts, the text asserts that you will magnetically attract specific aggressive entities, like demonic Ashur spirits, who share that exact same frequency, like literally attracts like.
The mechanics of how a takeover happens are outlined in very clear stages. Initial entry is often facilitated when a person's reason is lowered. The text specifically points to extreme intoxication as a massive vulnerability. In cases of a complete takeover, the original soul is actually pushed out of the body entirely. Because of this, the text controversially suggests that some extreme criminal behavior, where perpetrators claim genuine memory loss in court, might actually be the mechanics of total spiritual possession, where an invading soul temporarily hijacked the body. Even wilder, the text claims that long-term possession can physically alter a person's face, like their features literally grow to match the possessing spirit over years of cohabitation. All right, Section 4, Spirituality of Organ Donation. Let's pivot to a highly sensitive topic and see how this spiritual rulebook views modern medical science and how rapid scientific progress directly impacts the spirit world.
Think about it. When physical bodies are manipulated immediately after death, how does that affect the soul? This highlights a deep tension between physical, life-saving medical procedures and a person's spiritual well-being. The framework presents a very nuanced view here, directly linking physical procedures to actual spiritual sensations. The author asserts that organ removal does indeed cause spiritual pain to the deceased. Why? Because the soul hasn't fully detached from the physical body yet. However, the text also states that it can be considered a highly noble sacrifice if the donor truly understands this spiritual truth. Guiding angels will comfort them, assuring them that despite the temporary pain, their spiritual body remains whole and completely undamaged.
And get this, the text posits that organs actually possess their own distinct consciousness. Because of this, transplanted organs might spiritually reject a new body unless the recipient holds a profound, genuine gratitude for the sacrifice. Without that specific energetic gratitude, the organ's consciousness will literally want to return to its original soul, causing physical rejection in the new host.
Okay, finally, Section 5, Cosmic Evolution and Beyond. Let's conclude our analysis by zooming all the way out from the individual human body to a truly staggering cosmic scale. 400 million. Let that number sink in for a second. According to the text, Earth has functioned as a specific magnetic training ground for spiritual evolution for roughly 400 million years. It's viewed essentially as a giant school where souls are sent to learn. The text even details cases where, over these immense spans of time, the souls of animals can continually learn and eventually evolve into human souls.
Which brings us to the concept of the cosmic corporate ladder. Just like employees eventually finish a term at a company branch, highly evolved souls eventually complete their training on Earth. When they do, the text claims they actually transfer in groups to other planets. And reincarnating on new stars means inhabiting entirely new alien physical forms. The text specifically mentions the possibility of being reborn into bodies with 6 arms or experiencing drastically different heights, from just 1 meter tall to massive, giant proportions. Enduring these radically diverse physical experiences across different planets is what endlessly expands the vessel of the soul, allowing for eternal evolution.
So this leaves us with a vast, lingering question. If we are destined to move from dimension to dimension, shedding our human forms to become pure energy, only to transfer to distant stars and inhabit completely alien bodies for millions of years, what exactly is the final destination of our consciousness? I mean, does the training ever actually end? It's a profound thought to wrap up our explainer on this incredibly detailed, complex spiritual cosmology. Thank you so much for joining me on the structured journey through the source material. Until next time, keep seeking to understand the frameworks of our world, and perhaps the worlds beyond.